Hey, real estate rock stars, welcome back. Today I'm going to share a dirty little secret in our industry, and that's contacts don't work. And you know what I mean by contacts, right? Those two-way conversations with people about whether they're going to buy or sell or invest in real estate. It's an old metric. It doesn't work anymore, and it may be the reason why you're not hitting your sales goal. So today I'm going to share the real metric, bar none, the leading indicator that you need to be tracking if you want to hit your sales goal. My name is Guillermo Sass. I'm a former attorney turned real estate agent. I've been doing this at a very high level for over a decade. And I'm going to share every tip, trick, process, system I've ever created to create multiple passive sources of income and multiple leverage businesses here on this channel. So please subscribe to the channels and hit that notification button up there so you hear about the content before anybody else. Okay, so let's jump into it. Why don't contacts work? Well, the reality is we fool ourselves into a false sense of security, right? All of a sudden, the contact, having a two-way conversation becomes the end goal. We'll say whatever goal it is, 10 contacts a day. We'll hit 10 contacts a day, and if we're not careful, we'll just stop, right? The end goal is not to talk to 10 people. The end goal is to talk to 10 people, set an appointment, and ultimately get a sale. And I find way too often with especially newer agents or agents that are just not thriving, I was like, all right, let me get back to what they taught me, 10 years ago. I need to hit 10 contacts, 15 contacts, 20 contacts, 30 contacts, 50 contacts, 100 contacts a week. And then at the end of the week, they've done it, they've had a bunch of conversations, and their business hasn't moved forward. And it's because they're not being intentional on what they're actually doing. They've lost sight of what the ultimate goal is. So the real metric that you need to be tracking is what I call set, met, sign. It's the leading indicator of success. Okay, first metric, set. You do need to have conversations, you do need to have context, but you have to have the right way, and you need to have it in your brain, the mindset, what you're ultimately looking to achieve, which is, I'm having a conversation with the first goal of setting an appointment. Set an appointment for either a buyer consultation, a listing appointment. If you're a team leader or you're at EXP and pursuing agent attraction, a hiring conversation or a recruiting conversation, whatever it is, you need to be completely 100% intentional on that first goal, which is setting the appointment while you're having the conversation, right? And for you, if you're focused on buyers and sellers, I've already done a great video on how to have that conversation. Is how to make $250,000 with this script. SOI, easy peasy, easy conversation. So go watch that YouTube video. Link is down below in the description. And that's the key. You've got to have the goal clearly in your mind so that you're moving towards that piece. So that second metric is met. How many people who have set an appointment with you actually meet with you? And you need to be tracking that, again, to protect against, number one, making sure you're having the right conversation and you're not having happy ears. So let's say you have an appointment the next day and it's in the afternoon. So you want to confirm that the morning of, or if it's early in the morning the next day, make sure you're confirming those conversations and you're tracking the metric. Because if they're not showing up, then it could be one of two things. You're not having the conversation the right way, or you got happy ears. And so one of the things you want to do with your med appointments to make sure they show up is confirm, right? So if your meeting is the next day in the morning, then you're going to confirm the day before. Or if it's, later in the day, the next day, then it's okay to confirm in the morning time. But it's super important to track the METs and making sure you're, on your paper or whatever metric you use system you use to track your stats, is that you're tracking how many of those are actually meeting with you to protect against happy ears. Okay, and the third metric, sign. How many of those set appointments actually met with you and then in turn actually signed up with you to be your client, right? That's the end goal here on your leading indicators. Sales is the end goal, but right now we're talking about leading indicators of success that your business is going the way you want it to. And that's signed clients. So if it's a listing appointment, a listing contract. If it's a buyer consultation, a buyer agency contract. By the way, if it's not signed, it doesn't count. Let's be clear on that, right? Let's not fool ourselves. If it's not signed, it doesn't count. You need to track the numbers the right way, and you need to take the action in the right way that's going to lead to success. So no cop-outs here. Get it signed. So you got buyer agency contracts out there in the state. I've got something called a buyer loyalty agreement, which is it's like a one-pager. So you have to get it signed. If it's not signed, it doesn't count, okay? Let's just get that straight. No more cop-outs, no more like, oh, that worked for me. If it's not signed, it doesn't count. Drive to what will work. Get it signed. And what that means is, if it's a listing appointment, a listing contract. If it's a buyer consultation, a buyer agency contract. Absolutely needs to happen. And if, every state's different. I've got one that's like a 1.5 pager called a buyer loyalty agreement. Happy to share. Just message me, put a comment in the video below, and I'll send it to you. Caveat is I got to put my lawyer hat on. Just check with your state, make sure it complies with what you need to comply with. But at the end of the day, I find oftentimes we don't get the buyer agency contracts or the buyer loyalty agreement signed up. And think about it. You're never going to sue on this thing, but it's the mental psychology part of things where they feel committed to you. And so drill it in your brain. You're going to sign up clients, and that's what you're going to track. The math. Agents are always like, hey, Guillermo, I want to hit 6 figures in income. How do I do it? Well, this is it. We're going to track our set, met, sign, and here is the math behind it. If you want to hit 6 figures, this is what you want to do. Set 3 appointments a week. 3. Of those 3, have 2 of them meet with you per week. And then you're signing up a client every 2 weeks. So that's 2 per month. That will lead to 1 sale per month. And if you do 1 sale per month at our average price point here in the good old US of A, then you will make 6 figures. But that's it. Leading indicator of success, set, met, sign, 3, 2, 2. And that's it. That's the system, right? Forget about the old metric, the context. They're just teaching that because they've been doing that for 20, 30 years, whatever it is. This is the way, right? Because think about it. If you're not setting appointments, are you going to stop? Right? If you haven't hit 3 set appointments, are you going to stop for the week? Nope. And if those end up not meeting with you, are you going to stop? Nope. You're going to keep on going until you actually sign up those clients. That is the lead indicator of success. And if you're not setting those appointments and they're not meeting with you, then all right, cool, my conversations fall apart in the set appointments, or maybe I got happy ears. All right, they are meeting with me, but some reason they're not signing up with me. Then we got to work on that conversation as well. There's a system. Thank you again for tuning in. Don't forget, if you like the content, hit the like button on this, comment down below on my videos, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification button so you hear about all the great content that we're putting out before anybody else. And until next time, go out there, cause and create miracles. Have a great day.